Hello, hockey fans, and welcome back to the World Cup of Hockey. I am your host, Michael Schick. A little bit about how this tournament works. I've obviously, as you can tell here from the bottom left corner, have already played several games, simulated several games of this, but over the past 11 years, I've accumulated several 400 plus, I believe, players that I've drafted through various franchise modes of Sabres teams, and I've also created two custom teams. The Purple Cobras in 2018, I believe, was the first year, maybe 17, but I believe 18, and then the Utah Herd in 2023, prior to when Arizona moved to Utah. So now there's two Utah teams, which is a lot of fun. The Purple Cobras, of course, being in Wisconsin for many years. So a little bit about how this works. I've accumulated these players. They are of all various nationalities and originating from various countries. And I have accumulated so many of these players and have such a diverse profile of representation that I was able to create 16 national clubs, sort of to replicate the World Cup you would see in FIFA or even some of the IIHF tournaments, but with a little bit of a twist here. So, typically the U.S. teams and the Canada teams would dominate any international style tournament. However, I've accumulated such great players from Switzerland, from Poland, from Ukraine, from Norway, a lot of places that really don't have a juggernaut level of talent. Belarus, for example, is an excellent, fabulous team, and you'll see this reflect in the overalls of these teams once we kick off some games here. But just a little bit of recap. First game against Canada, Latvia with the upset. Latvia, fantastic team. They normally get bullied in international play in real life, so nice to see a little upset there. Switzerland with the win over Germany, who is favored, of course. And then we had the U.S. team beat Poland. That one was not close, and nor was you're going to see a dragon there. So, of course, NHL has removed any mention of Russia or Belarus from the game due to the politics of everything that's going on over there. So the dragon you see there is Russia, and they put a walloping on the Austrian team, which is actually some combination of various countries around Austria, in addition to Austria. So this is Game 5. It is a 7-game series, standard playoff format you would see in the NHL. It's a best-of-7 series, bracket style. Western Eastern don't really pay too much attention to. I divided these and made them as fair as I possibly could, with respect to, I didn't want the U.S. team to play Canada in round one. I kind of wanted to set some fairness to the bracket. So we have a great game set for you here tonight. We have the away team Norway playing Czechia. So typically you would see Czechia much higher up in a international bracket than Norway. However, look, compare the overalls here. I mean, you have a 96, 95, 95 Norway team, very balanced. Some star players, Marvin Fritz, the fearless leader, Jermaine Stepan, the very talented sniper, and Gael Schaefer, potentially one of the best defensive forwards of all time, with several Selkies and just a wizard on the face-off draw. And then on the other side, you have a Czechia team, offense 100, defense 95, goalie 92. So a little bit of a weakness there, and favoring Norway in net. But that offense is definitely not something to mess with. You have Jacob Plekanec, whatever you want to say. Very similar to how you would pronounce Thomas Plekanec, probably. So I'm going to say Plekanec is the correct spelling there. Another similar Marvin Fritz type, very fearless leader. Guy's going to get in front of the net. He's going to toss him when he needs to. You have Oldrich Linter, very talented sniper from one of my Purple Cobras teams. And then Matyas Stejskal, also captained a Cobras team of mine. Very speedy outside guy, undersized but massively skilled. So we're going to see these teams face off. Standard rules here. It's a superstar mode. I got true broadcast visuals on. And 6-minute periods. I've slowed the game down a bit to accommodate for any potential delay in audio and delays on my own ability as a amateur broadcaster. Opening face-off. Fritz and Plekanec line up. There's a tie-up, and it's won by Czechia. They'll start it. Drops it back to Stejskal. He gets it over the line, and it's blocked by Norway. Fritz is going to gather. He runs over someone. That seemed unnecessary. But Zacharias is in over the line. The large, hulking defenseman. Tries to get it across, and Talusti steals it away. Gets it up ice. Stolen back by Pittis. He gets it over to Fritz to step on. Back to Fritz. Tries to get it back over, and he can't. It's stolen away by Czechia. And stolen back by Norway. And Norway's headed the other way, and a great shot block. Talusti over to Lintner. They're going to try to get something going here. He has a step on the defenseman. He's in the corner, drops it back, and a quick shot and a great save by Bartkowski. One thing to watch here, Marvin Fritz, you're going to get a real taste of this player. He has the puck with his head down and runs over Matyas Stejskal. I mean, that's just a bigger guy going after a little guy there. We'll see how Czechia responds, but that is the type of style play to expect from a Marvin Fritz. Face-off to the left of Bartkowski. Won by Schaefer, easily. You will see a lot of that tonight. Schaefer gets it up to Carlos. Carlos tries to get a shot, but that's fanned on and sent the other way by Slager. He's in over the line. Stolen back by Norway. Schaefer's going to get it over to Dundas. He's run over by the defenseman. And Vyborny hits his man. I think we know how they responded. Cajanek tries to get it over, stolen by Greentree. Breaks up the passing lane. Great play. Stolen back by Cajanek. Lots of turnovers. Blatny in, and a great save. Point blank by Bartkowski. Very fast-paced game here already. Czechia has absolutely turned up the physical play, as you can see by the hit here by Marek Warzog. And he's not necessarily a guy you would see making a hit like that. More offensive than defensive to his game, but certainly finishes the play there. Czechia calling this out. Their third line of Prokop, Sekaj, and Lebda was a line that was kept together for a Cobras team that was very successful, where Prokop was the captain of that club. Tayupkin gets it up to Sekaj. And that's going to be offsides on the steal from Norway. Sweeney and Sekaj tie up. Drop back to Tayupkin. Tayupkin in over the line. Stolen by Barron. Sends it over to Fox. Tries to get it up ice to Riley. He has a step. He gets it back. He should have shot that. Sekaj takes advantage, gets it up to Bicek. Bicek tries to make a move around Barron. Unsuccessful. Riley scoops it up to Kerslaki. And we see 13 tripped up. That's Sinitsin tripped up on the play by Philip Fox, the Norwegian defender. And we're going to get a look at this Czechia power play. Not something Norway wants to see this early in the game. They can move the puck. Plekanec wins the draw. Back to Pavlikovsky. Tries to get the shot through and blocks. Slager drives it in, and he can't stuff it in, but he still has it. He gets pushed off by Demarchi. Run over by Plekanec. Back to Slager. In front. Covered by Bartkowski. A little chaotic there for his liking, I'm sure. Faceoff remains in the Norway zone. To the left of Bartkowski. He's ready. And Czechia wins the draw back to Pavlikovsky, who gets a quick shot, hits the post. Marshy's going to get this up to Sweeney, who's going to clear it out as the defensemen make a change. Sekash corrals it up to Stejskal. He looks to get it up. Slager with it now. Slager finds Sekash. Sekash back to Slager. In close, a great shot and a great save. Czechia really putting on the pressure here on this power play. Got to get some shots on net, though. Face-off won by Norway. Barron's going to try to get it out, but he loses it right in front to Slager. Plekanec with the rebound, and a great series of saves by Bartkowski. And they dump it down. Pavlikovsky is going to have it behind the net. Fights off his man. Gets it up to Linter, up to Sekash, to Blatny. Lebda on the wing. He gets it over the line, tries to make a move, and pushed out of the way by Zacharias, who scoops it up to Pittis. And that penalty has successfully been killed. Pittis over the line. He tries to make a move. That's picked up by Blatny. Blatny up to Sekash. Sekash in over the line to center to Lintner. And a great block. Lebda keeps it in. Sekash back out in front to Lebda, and he fans on it. Lintner gets shoved off the puck. But he gets it back. He gets a quick shot right into the stomach of Ezra Bartkowski. He has been busy tonight. And you're going to see here another series of point-blank opportunities. 44 there. I believe that Zacharias is going to come in and clean up any potential chance of a quality rebound. Face off to the left. That's tied up and picked up by Greentree. Greentree's gonna get in over the line. He's on the outside, looking for that pass to the middle. Finds Pinot, and it's blocked. Skipped up by Orzog. He gets it out. Demarshi settles it. Tries to get it over to the defenseman, but nobody there. Pinot will pick it up and dump it back in his own end. Demarshi scoops it over to Hemingway. Back to Demarshi. Over to the wing to Pinot. Pinot dumps it down. He's going to chase after it, and he's going to be unsuccessful as Orzog scoops the puck. Gets it up to Sprutkus. Sprutkus to Vyborny, up to the wing. Back to center. Vyborny tries to make a little backhand shot there, and it is swatted down immediately by the Norwegian defense. Hamill gets a quick shot, and that's saved. Plekanec over to Vyborny. Gets it up to the wing. He circles back. Fedoruk. Fedoruk gets run over, and Dundas picks it up and is headed the other way. Gets it up to Fritz on the wing. Fritz cuts to the center. He gets it. A rebound and a save. Prokop it up over the line, headed the other way. Stolen back by Fritz. And you're going to see that a lot from Marvin Fritz, a very talented defensive forward. Speaking of which, Plekanec headed the other way. Not a slouch himself in that regard. Run over by Norway. Dundas up to Carlos. He gets it over the line, gets a quick shot, and a great 5-hole save by Kolarz. Haven't called his name much tonight. Cajanek fights off two men. Gets it up to Plekanec. He gets it in over the line, gets a quick shot, and an easy save. Prokop drops it back to Talusti. It's tipped, and a great save. Norway headed the other way. Stepan makes a move. He tries to get it over the line, and it's stolen away by Czechia. Talusti with the active stick. He fights off Sweeney in the corner, picks it up. He fans on the pass, but still gets it up to Orzog. Orzog in over the line. He's on the wing, gets it to center, and a great save on the one-time shot, point blank. Norway's headed the other way, Fritz. And he gets a quick shot. They have 3 seconds left in this period. and Schaefer tries to get a shot through with no luck. An active period here by Czechia. They seem to have a bit of an advantage here in the offensive zone. Norway has responded with some solid defense of their own, but really, Ezra Bartkowski holding him in this one. Face-offs in favor of Czechia, hits in favor of Norway. None better than the Marvin Fritz hit when he had the puck. And we're going to start the second period all knotted up. Goose eggs aside. Face-off, one back by Czechia. Gets it up the wing to Stejskal, the speedy winger. Tries to make a move. Unsuccessful. Pittis gets it up to Zacharias, over to Stepan. Back to Fritz. He's in over the line. He's on the side. He tries to get a quick shot. Fanned on, rebound, and a great save. Pittis keeps it in. He gets it to Stepan in front. Can't settle it. And stolen up by Czechia. They're headed the other way. Vybornian over the line. He looks for the trailer. Can't find his man. A great battle here between the Czechia and Norway team on the boards here. Stepan wins it, makes a move, tries to make a second. He can't. Czechia is headed the other way with Lintner. He skates up the middle. Gets a quick shot and blocked. Sweeney in the corner. Tries to get it out. Kept in by Tyukin. He gets it to Cajanek. And it's stolen back by Sweeney. Another very talented defensive forward. He did win a Selke. Dundes to the middle. And a great save. Tyukin tries to keep it in. Well, no, he didn't try to keep it in. He tried to clear it. But it was kept in by Norway. And they get a quick, low-danger chance on Kolarz, who just scoops it up. And just another example of what you're getting with Marvin Fritz. Didn't even look like he tried to hit the guy, really. He just finished his check. Sends the guy flying into his own zone. One heck of a player. And the reason he is the captain of the squad. Speaking of leaders, you have Schaefer on the draw. Rare loss there. He's normally closer up to 65% on draws, which is unbelievable. But Czechia is headed the other way, and they get a shot, and Bartkowski swallows it. Face off to the left of Bartkowski. Schaefer's going to try to win this one for his squad, and he does. But picked up quickly by Cajanek. He gets it behind the net to Blatney. Slager picks it up, but stolen by Greentree. He gets it up to Dundes. He makes a move in over the line, drops it to center, a quick shot, and steered into the corner by Bartkowski. No, not Bartkowski, Kolarz. Oh my goodness. I've called Bartkowski's name so often tonight. Finally, some pressure here from the Norway team. I'm going to have to learn the other goalie's name. Sweeney gets it back to Greentree, keeps it into DeMarchi. A great shot, and blocked. Sweeney with a quick shot, and a great save by Karel Kolarz, who's in a split with Roman Zizka, and believe it or not, were a tandem for a Cobra squad that I had. So they were on a rotation, both 88 overall players, each winning a Vezina. And several Bill Jennings, I believe, like 5 or 6 a piece, I don't know. Had a lot of good teams. Lebda gets it over to Talusti. He finds Pavlikovsky back. Pino steals it, gets it to Hamill. He gets a quick shot and a blocker save by Kolarz. They try to get it out, but Norway keeps it in. Czechia turning up the aggression here. 3 hits in that sequence alone. But Lebda's in over the line, and he gets a quick shot and a rebound and a great save Bartkowski had to be on top of his game for that one, as he stretches out the leg and swallows it with the glove. If you're Norway, you gotta really watch those chances in front. Guy was all alone. Green Tree's gonna send it the other way. He gets it to Pittis. Gets a quick shot and a quick kick. Save by Kolarz. Pittis behind the net. Gets it in front to Stepan. And he can't quite get all of it as Kolarz swallows it up. This game has been pulled to pretty much even, and now Norway with a shot advantage, though it hasn't felt dangerous at any point for them. Whereas Ezra Bartkowski has had to make some very high volume, high risk, high danger plays in net. Sprukis takes a shot and another glove save by Bartkowski. Chad Ramsey here tries to make a play, gets run over. No, I believe that was Marek Bisek run over by Chad Ramsey. It's been an aggressive game, hard to keep track. Tayubkin tries to get a shot through, but blocked by Norway. Pittis is going to scoop it back into his own end. Over to Stepan. Stolen away by Czechia. Across to Sprukis, and a point-blank save by Bartkowski. Sprukis gets it back over to Fedoruk. Fedoruk finds Bisek at the point for a clean save. Bisek back to Tayubkin. Gets hit on the shot, and it just kind of goes to the corner. Tayubkin tries to get it back in front. Poked away by Pittis. Fritz with it now. Fritz tries to get to center. Gets a quick shot and a great save by, Karel Kolarz. And Schaefer has a breakaway and over the line. Makes a move and a blocker save. That one came out of nowhere. If anyone can do it, it's him. He's 94 overall speed. Kolarz is going to scoop that up, and they're going to get a face-off to the right. Yeah, you really see the offensive creativity here by Vaclav Sinitsin, getting it over to the talented Slovakian Marian Sprukis. And then, of course, the inside quick move by Gael Schaefer, blocker save by Karel Kolarz. He shot out of a cannon when he picked up the puck. And they avoid a disaster there. Czechia headed the other way with Stejskal. He's in over the line. Tries to make a move around Ramsey. And scooped up by Bartkowski. One thing that Norway will have an advantage on many teams in this tournament is their face-off ability and defensive play from their forwards. Phil Sweeney, an example. But Riley in front. And a point-blank save by Kolarz. Gael Schaefer, another. Several Selkies between the two of them. Patrick Slager. Monster individual. 6'5", 240. Offensive dynamo. This guy has a cannon of a shot. He's a total eclipse in front of the net when on the screen. And an active stick on the tips. Barron with a quick shot, saved by Kolarz. Sweeney keeps it in front of Kerslaki. He has a rebound, and it's shot wide. Riley keeps it in the Fox, over to Barron. He gets a shot. Saved. Cajanek over to Vyborny. They're going to try to get it going the other way. They've been really feeling it this period. Vyborny runs over his man, gets with the Blatney, who gets a quick shot, and another save. Yeah, Vyborny with his best Marvin Fritz impression here. Runs over the guy while he has the puck, scoops it up, gets a play. As I speak about the face-offs, in favor of Czechia, 14-4. I don't know if I believe that stat, but we'll see. Quick save on Pavlikovsky by Bartkowski. Lebda behind the net. Prokop gets it back to Lebda. Tries to throw it to the point, but picked up by Dundas. Norway's headed the other way. Carlos on the wing. He's in over the line. He tries to find it to the trailer, and a great save. And another save by Kolarz. Hi, baby. My kitty cat's here. Hamill gets the puck back to DeMarshy. He's at the point with a quick shot, blocked, rebound, and a great save on Pino. Pino pins it in the corner, gets it to Hemingway in front, and a quick kick save. Pavlikovsky scoops it up to Prokop, up to Lebda. And that's going to do it for the second period here. Still tied 0-0, but not without intrigue. A great point-blank save here on Amari Riley. And then, of course, the breakaway save of the period, potentially the night. Gael Schaefer, one of their best players, absolutely robbed by Karel Kolarz on the breakaway. And yes, the faceoffs in favor of Czechia, 3-1, 15-5. Norway out hitting the Czechs and out shooting the Czechs. But we're still tied. A lot of red in that audience. Really just the same colors in a different order. As Cajanek drops it back to Pavlikovsky. He's in over the line. Littner to Stejskal, and a great one-timer save by Bartkowski. Over to the other goaltender. Cajanek is going to scoop it. Gets it up to Stejskal. He's going to try to use some speed on the outside, but gets pinched off by Carson Zacharias. Pittis finds Stefan in front. He can't get quite how much he wanted of that shot, I would say. As Littner goes the other way, he's in over the line, makes a move. Tries to beat Chad Ramsey, but stolen away by Stepan. Over to Pittis, stolen back by Littner. Up to Stejskal, he gets to Cajanek. Gets a quick shot right into the glove of Ezra Bartkowski. The goalie is really the standout story here. Of course, the beautiful save on Gael Schaefer. The point blank on Riley. Followed by these other saves. Another point blank shot by Pino. And as the X Factor says, the showstopper. Of course, Ezra Bartkowski, very, very active in net as well. A few less saves. Schaefer with speed. He's in over the line. He could do something here. Gets a quick shot, the rebound, and picked up by Czechia. Vyborny circles back, tries to get it over to his defenseman, but finds Blatny instead. Back to Vyborny over the Slager. He drops it back to Vyborny, over to Blatny. He's run over, and Norway's headed the other way. They're 3-on-2. Over to Schaefer. Quick shot, steered to the corner. Cajanek picks it up. Cajanek makes a move. He's in over the line. He drops it back, but picked up by Carlos. Carlos over to Schaefer. Ramsey with it now. Finds Carlos. Stolen back by Czechia. Sinitsin circles in his own end. Gets it across to Orzog. Cajanek's going to need a change here. He's been all over the place this shift. Zacharias gets it up to Pino. Over to Hemingway. Hemingway in over the line. He's looking for the center and gets a shot. And a great save on Sweeney by Karel Kolarz. He's up to 29. Oh my, what a hit. It looked like he was kind of falling forward, maybe tripped over his own guy, and then sent back the other way. They should check him for a concussion or whiplash or something to that effect. And Gael Schaefer, not really known for that aggressive style of play. A multi-time Lady Byng finalist, never really won the award. Quick shot saved, up to Prokop. Stolen back by Greentree, stolen back by Prokop, who makes a move in close. Tries to get the rebound, hit off the puck by Prokop. Or Demarshi. Demarshi gets it up to Kerslaki. Kerslaki tries to make a move, hits his man, gets the puck back. Stolen back by Bisek, and that's a trip on Phil Sweeney. That's an easy one. The stick goes into the skates and they're past you, they're going to call it every time. Let's take a look. The coach isn't very thrilled, but this seems pretty bread and butter to me. Yep, you get the stick in between the skates. As they're skating by, it doesn't matter what your intent was, or... Yeah, you can be upset all you want, but that is the rule, buddy. And we're going to see the Czechia power play once again. Had their chances the first time around, but really couldn't get anything to materialize. Stolen away by Hamill, shorthanded, and he's laid into by Oldrich Linter. Ramsey tries to kill it, but gets it up to Plekanec. Plekanec steals it, and he's in over the line. He's going to circle back and find Slager in front for the fan. Stejskal at the point, tries to tip it to Slager. And they're going to get it out of the zone. Fritz steals it, tries to get it over to his guy. He would have been offsides. Plekanec in, headed the other way. Takes a quick shot, and another great glove save by Bartkowski. The goalies have been fabulous tonight. Bartkowski really neutralizing this talented Czechia offense. Schaefer wins it back to Greentree, who's going to flip it out, and they're going to hopefully get a change and regroup here. Sinitsin in over the line. Tries to make something happen, skates it to the middle to Prokop, and it's blocked on the one-time opportunity. Yeah, look out for Jan Pavlikovsky here. He is known to rip some slappers. Large 6'5" Slovakian defenseman. Catches that one midair. And another excellent kill here by Norway. But they get it up to Prokop and to Cajanek, and he scores! As the man for Norway comes out of the box. Czechia capitalizes on the turnover. And really, it looked like Sweeney, or no, I'm sorry, Riley kind of tripped over himself at the blue line. Perfect pass to Cajanek. You can lift the stick all you want, but if you're not hitting the stick, you're not doing nothing, Greentree. Sorry. Yeah, this is the talent of this Czechia offense. Just a kind of tic-tac-toe play here. Oldrich Cajanek, he's not going to miss many of those. And this game is 1-0. We'll have to see how Norway responds. They do have half the period to go. Fritz up to Pittis. Pittis to Stepan. Over to Fritz. Stepan picks it up in the corner. Tries to get it in front. Stolen away by Czechia. They're headed up ice. Cajanek, who has the goal. He cuts. He makes a move. And another great save. Watch out for Cajanek. When he gets his first goal, the second one's not far behind. Normally known for his playmaking ability, sometimes the best play he can make is putting it in the net. Orzog with a quick shot, steered away with a quick save by Bartkowski. Sinitsin with a clean shot, and that was wide. Carlos with the puck, hit off the puck. Scooped up by Sprukis, back to Orzog. Stolen back by Carlos. He's in over the line, really trying to make something happen for his team. Smoked out in the corner by Orzog. And they score! Oh my! A little bit of confusion there by the defenseman. Gets it right to Gael Schaefer, who's in a perfect spot. I don't think Czechia saw that coming at all. A little bit of miscommunication there by, looks like Orzog is the one that tried to get it out in front. Kolarz didn't see it coming, but Gael Schaefer did. Also labeled a playmaker, not goal scoring, not really his forte. But if you give a player with that much intelligence and that much savvy a point blank opportunity like that, he is going to make you pay. And this is a tie game. A couple quick ones here, and we're back to even as Fedoruk tries to make something happen and gets run over. Sinitsin steals the puck. He gets it up to Pavlikovsky. He's in over the line off to the side. Stolen back by Greentree. Tries to find his man. Doesn't. Kept in by Czechia. Sekic over to Sprukis. Back to Sekic and a quick shot. And another save by Bartkowski. We've heard that name a lot tonight. Yeah, and you're really going to see the play here of Gael Schaefer. Very active, getting these quick shots. Nothing fancy. You know, and on this play, he kind of sees the play melting down and just gets to the right spot, shoots it right around the leg of the goaltender. Almost looked like it was a 5-hole originally, but Kolarz just caught out of position and gets it right around his right foot. Stejskal gets a quick shot off the draw, and that's saved. Riley gets it up to Kerslaki, but that's going to be offsides. Tried to drag the foot. Couldn't quite make it work. Pass wasn't quick enough. Arguably, Kerslaki could have held back there. Face off won by Czechia. Plekanec in over the line. He gets it to Lintner with a point-blank shot and a great save. Lintner, one of the players you do not want to see have a point-blank opportunity if you're Norway. Very talented sniper. Believe he had over 700 goals in his career. A quick shot off the draw by Czechia, and that's saved. Stejskal keeps it in behind the net to Plekanec. He gets hit behind the net by Sweeney. Up to Riley on the wing. He dumps it in. Can't find his man. Scooped up by Czechia. Talusti with it. Up to Stejskal. He makes a move. Tries to get around the defender and does. Cuts it to the middle. Quick shot and a great save. Sweeney headed the other way. Sweeney with it. Dumps it behind the net. Picked up by Pavlikovsky. Prokop with it now. Prokop. You don't want to give this big man any room. He can make you pay. To Stejskal in the slot, and he scores! And Czechia takes the late lead. I was just telling you that you don't want to really give Prokop much room here. He'll make you pay. Finds the open man in the slot. Matyas Stejskal, the talented winger, with a quick shot right under the glove of Bartkowski. And I mean, if you're Norway, you've done such a great job defending all game, and you can't get in the way of a shot like that to close it out. And Czechia regains the lead late here. Less than 2 minutes to go. Will Norway respond, or is this the final dagger? Let's see. Czechia has it. Stolen back. Oh, but it's hit. Great play there by Vyborny, as Fritz could have had a breakaway. Slager keeps it in. Stolen back by Norway. Stepan gets fought off by Blatney. He gets it back. Throws it to the front of the net, and it's scooped up by Bartkowski. If you're Norway, you really want to get this out, possess the puck, and you want to pull that goalie and try to get an advantage here. No one better than Marvin Fritz to be out there as he wins the draw. Up to Pittis. And of course, there's the goalie. Here he goes. Pittison over the line. Fritz tries to make something happen, and a great save on Pittis. Fritz drops it back. A quick one-timer. The rebound. What a save by Kolarz. Zacharias, and a rebound. Oh my goodness, Kolarz keeping him in the game. Fritz behind the net drops it to step on. A quick shot and blocked. Zacharias keeps it in. He drops it back, and it's blocked by Lebda. They're going to possess and get the puck out. And that's going to be icing. Oh my goodness. Do we have the highlights on these saves? Oh my. Arguably Norway's best player, with traffic in front by Pittis, and just stretches out and makes an incredible clutch save. That might be the game, but we'll have to see on the draw here. A very entertaining game as Greentree takes a shot. Oh my! And that dribbled right across the net. That could have easily been an oopsie for Czechia, but instead they're going to sneak out of this one with the 2-1 win. They were favored and they pulled it out. But this is only game one, folks. We will see these teams again, and I, for one, cannot wait. A very entertaining game. Lots of hits. High action. Danger opportunities. Goals, of course. You had 3 goals. This one by Norway. On the bad turnover. But this save really sealed the game. Full stretch. Blocker. There's about 30 seconds left in the game when he made that. And that would have tied it. And of course, Prokop with the primary on the game-winning shot. Stejskal, less than 2 minutes. Right over the glove, under the glove of Bartkowski. And that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you next time.